All right, it's time to get defensive with the show, everybody, for our Illinois Lottery Defensive Player of the Game. And let's bring in that Illini great, Ayo Dosunmu, doing what fighting Illini players do. KG, play both ends of the floor.
That's right. We know how to play passing lanes. And you see once again, Ayo Dosunmu getting to the slot, which is what I tell all young guards to do because it gives you so many different options. You see Ayo going straight at Bobby Portis, making him change the direction of his hips and then going the opposite way with the push cross dribble. What do you expect from an Illini anyway?
I mean, I expect
I know
to
you're
do what they do.
I know you're a
Look,
Saluki.
KG, now you're getting ready to open up a door right now.
That's what we do.
Because we wanted to play you guys back in 2005 and 2007 as well, but, you know, Bruce Weber didn't want those problems. So he didn't want to see us. I'm just going to put that out there. So I'm just going to say that.
Hey, listen, different era, but I know you didn't want to say that about the 1980s.
Oh, no, we're good. We're good. You know what? We're going to pick our battles wisely. All right, let's go to our Xfinity Game Report here from Bulls head coach Billy Donovan.
Billy, you were obviously kind of out there at the end there. What kind of did you hear in that scuffle, and what did you see? Obviously, the big exception to Giannis dunking.
Yeah, I mean, I at least from my vantage point when I first started, I think Vooch was going over there to speak with him, and then it kind of escalated. I don't think that was Vooch's intention at all. And I could be totally mistaken. Vooch is probably better off to talk to about it than I am, but that's the way it looked. I think he was going over to him to say, you know, whatever the dunk was at the end of the game, you know, and then obviously, I don't know if somebody on their team ran over or whatever, but I think Vooch was almost like, I'm trying to talk to him. I think Vooch was trying to have a professional conversation. That's what I saw, but then obviously it escalated.
What's your take on guys dunking at the end of at the end of a game like that?
Well, I mean, my feeling is, I try never to focus on another team. They got to be responsible for how they want to do it. I would say etiquette across the league is generally when the game's kind of out of reach and the team's, you know, not going to take a shot. Everybody just kind of holds the ball and the clock runs out. That's what normally takes place, but they have to talk for themselves. I understand where Vooch is coming from because I think that if Vooch was in the same situation, Vooch would have not shot it. But for me to sit there and worry about them, I have enough to worry about with our group.
Did you think it looked like Giannis kind of took offense to Coby half trying to foul him on that end of the court and kind of pulled away and looked pissed and then just kind of went down the court and dunked it? Did you see that or you didn't see that?
Yeah, I think, you know, he was maybe looking for a foul. I don't know. I think Coby went for the ball, and then once he realized that he wasn't going to get it, I don't think Coby was trying to foul. I think at that point in time, and again, it's probably better off to speak to them about it because I would just be speculating standing on the sideline.
You got into a one-possession game after that you had the 5-second violation by them coming out of the timeout, and you looked like you had a nice play set up, but Trey kind of lost a little bit on the dribble.
He did.
I was mess up the timing a little bit?
Yeah,
or?
I mean, he had it turned. I thought he bobbled the ball a little bit. We were trying to go for a quick 2, you know, because we would have had a 2-for-1 at that point in time. I thought if we could get a quick 2 and maybe a stop with one more timeout, maybe, you know, it's a 2-point game if we do get a stop. So I didn't want to. I think it would be a good learning a point for Coby too, you know, because in that situation when it's still a 2-possession game regardless if you make a 3 or not, right? So we got to try to get something. So I was trying to get something to the rim very quickly to make sure that maybe we could trap, and if we did have, you know, a foul, we'd still have time to utilize our timeout.
How do you think you guys guarded Giannis overall?
I didn't like it in the first half just because, you know, it was at the rim, and I thought it was like, you know, a parting of the Red Sea. You know, we've got to be able to stick our nose in there and be a lot more physical than that. And I think there was 4 straight possessions he dunked. I mean, outside the 3, I think he made out of the corner. Everything was basically a dunk. And we've got to be better. I thought in the second half we had a little bit more physicality at the basket, made it a little bit more difficult for him. But I didn't think we did a great job in the first half.
How do you feel like Coby's been playing recently? Obviously, like, makes and misses aside. Feels like he's had sort of uncharacteristic turnovers. What have you seen from him?
Yeah, I mean, we got to be better taking care of the ball, especially with the backcourt, right? It's been a couple games now it's happened. Listen, I think this for Coby, the one thing with Coby is, I mean, he's a great worker. He never, ever, I would say, it never looks outward. He always looks, you know, inward. But I would say this, like, the fact that he's been able to put together consecutive games, he's just got to get his body in much better shape for this, you know, quite honestly. And he's working like crazy to do it. But I think the only thing that's going to really, really help him get that is he's going to have to go through it, and like I told him, like this is almost like his training camp. A lot of times guys come out of training camp sore and tired, and they build up a tolerance for what the season's going to be like. He hasn't had that, and unfortunately, his body's going to go through some things, and he's fine. I mean, there's no calf problem. I don't mean it that way. I think just his body in general, when you can't bang and have that on a regular basis, but he'll get through that, and I think he'll get his pop back that he normally has, and I think he's fighting through it, and we're trying to, as best we can, manage the minutes, as the medical guys want us to. And then from there, it's just going to be a matter of time till he gets it back, and it will come back for him.
What have you heard about that?
I didn't get a chance to see. The only thing I knew was that he was back there, and I talked to the team and then came in here. But I'll go back and check, but I'm not really sure what it was.
Great.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
guys.
Okay, guys, thank you.
All right, that was Bulls head coach Billy Donovan. Time for our privileged and memorable moment, and we're going back to Giannis Antetokounmpo. KG, that first half, 3 straight dunks from Giannis. He went 9 for 11 with points right there at the rim.
Yeah, I mean, he's just so strong. He's just going to back you down, spin. And this is his pet move. If you don't go and double team him right away, you're not going to have any success whatsoever. You see, just look, once he gets you below the block, it's over.
Yeah.
You got to send 2 or 3 guys at him and play prevent defense. And then right here, he just picks and rolls down the lane, and Bulls don't have any defense for it. I mean, this guy is a bull.
Yeah, he
Okay?
is. He is.
And not only is he long and lanky, but he's got muscle on him.
Yeah, the physicality
too.
part, right.
So
right.
he's real physical and strong, athletic. I mean, that's why he's a future Hall of Famer.
Now, we saw in the last highlight with him picking and rolling, it's very difficult to try and stop that. But those moments where he caught the basketball either on that block or deep paint, how much is it awareness for everyone else defensively besides the guy that's guarding Giannis to try and run over and maybe trap him really quickly?
You got to go. You got to go right away. As much like we used to guard Hakeem Olajuwon or Shaquille O'Neal, Patrick Ewing, guys like that, as soon as they catch the ball on the block, you have to go because not one man can guard them.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's what makes them so special. And with Giannis tonight, he also had the ability to throw out if he was double teamed, but no double team really ever came, so he didn't have to throw out to the open players that were open. So next time the Bulls play them, believe me, they will be going right to the block as soon as Giannis catches the basketball.
February 3rd in Milwaukee. Circle that on your calendars. Yeah.
Payback game. I'm waiting to see
chain in and guard your grill with that matchup between the Bulls and Bucks. All right, we're going to take another break here on Toyota Bulls Postgame Live. More coming your way on Chicago Sports Network. We've got more action for you tomorrow right here on CHSN. Make sure you tune in for Blackhawks hockey as they return home to take on the Penguins. Now, coverage starts at 5:30 with puck drop following shortly after. Chicago Sports Network, your home stream advantage. Let's hear from Coby White inside the Bulls locker room.
That's anything. He shouldn't have done the ball. It's disrespectful to the game. We didn't even say much, We just said, bro, come on, you better than that. And it kind of just broke out.
Did you feel you got pushed after that? Or?
No, I don't know what really happened, to be honest. It was just a lot of bodies, a lot of scuffling, so.
Were you surprised?
Wasn't that crazy? Just the NBA scuffle. Don't know, never really happened.
Were you surprised Bobby came running in there?
Nah. I mean, their whole team came. It wasn't just him, so I don't really care what he do.
Did you feel there was some shoving at the end? Like, did you feel like you got any shoves in, or what?
I don't remember. It was a lot of going on. So.
And what bothered you the most about what Giannis did?
Nah, I just think y'all up. Y'all won the game. The game over with. Why you got to do that for? The game over with. I think it's a respect thing in terms of the game, your opponent, but just like the game in general. Like, why would you do that? I just didn't understand it, and I wanted to understand it.
Did he say anything when you asked him?
Nah, not really.
Were you surprised that he did that? I don't think I recall him
doing that.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I ain't never really seen him do it either, so I don't really know. So I guess he got out of character for a moment.
What do you think went wrong for you guys on that last minute? You got the 5-second call, had a chance.
Yeah.
What do you think, kind of?
I mean, I think it was events leading up to that. I don't think as a whole we played well enough to win the game, and obviously, so I think that was the collective of how the game went. I mean, we tried to steal one, but it's hard. Like last two games, you coming back from behind, so it's hard to live like that. So we got to just figure out how not to dig ourselves in holes.
Where are you at as far as, I mean, we talked to you last week about it, and you gave yourself like an 80% conditioning thing with that run and gun Atlanta team. Obviously, you're still, with the minutes seem to be a little more lapsed than they were, but where do you feel you're at in this process of trying to play catch up to the rest of these guys?
I'm getting there. I still feel like I got a ways to go in terms of my body, in terms of stacking games together. Obviously, this is my first back-to-back of the year. So I feel decent, but like I said, I still got a ways to go in terms of getting my conditioning and just trusting my body and reacting how I want to react. So,
are you thinking it with the calf? I mean, are there times?
No, not really. I'm just saying in general. Like I said, a lot of these guys, like I said, got a training camp. I didn't really. I had strained my calf in August.
Yeah.
So I ain't get it like September, October.
Yeah,
I really.
Labor Day run.
Yeah, I ain't get nothing. So I'm still trying to get my legs up under me in terms of my timing, decision making. So I'm trying to give myself some grace. I was really hard on myself last night in terms of I just felt like I couldn't really get my timing down, which is leading to some turnovers that I feel like unforced. So I feel like I just got to continue to get the reps, and then once I get my timing down, my legs up under me, I'll be better.
About those unforced turnovers, your handle is usually so tight, and it's been a big reason why you've taken the jump you have offensively. Is the handle, is that just kind of a rhythm thing? Or?
Yeah, I just think I haven't really played up and down, and then my first action of up and down in like 2.5 months was in real live action in real games. So I just take time to find my rhythm, like I said, get my timing right. It'll come back. Like I said, it always come back. So, I'm just only my 14th, 13th game, and all my games early on was very spread out. So now I'm starting to consistently play games and starting to just got to find my rhythm.
I forgot this is your first back-to-back. Were you feeling it out there?
Yeah. The second half, I was getting gassed in the second half. But like I said, overall, my body felt pretty good for it to be my first one. So obviously how I feel tomorrow. It's going to be probably tough in the morning waking up. But like I said, I'm just happy I was able to play.
Coby, I know, last one.
The loss today, but the last 5 games before that, you guys obviously won.
Mm-hmm.
How are you feeling just big picture about the way that things are kind of trending and just the ups and downs and trying to find some consistency there?
Like I said, in this league, I feel like a lot of people in general get so emotional over one thing, over one game, and the main thing is, we taking it game by game. Obviously, we had just won 5 straight. We had a chance to win this one. Obviously, they're a way different team when Giannis plays. So for us, we just got to, learn from this game. But then we got another one coming up on Monday. So just continue to take it for what it is. Never get too high, never get too low. Like I said, a lot of people can get emotional in terms of, wins and losses or day after day. And I think us as a collective on our team, the guys in this locker room do a pretty good job of seeing it for what it is and continue to stay together. So.
Thanks for
thank you.
All right, that was Bulls guard Coby White. In time for our 4 seasons heat check for the night. And you heard Coby say that, players really don't fight in the NBA nowadays. Well, Coby, Jose Alvarado and Mark Williams beg to differ. This happened tonight, and watch your head and watch your face, Mark Williams.
Hey, look at the little fella. Okay, he's going big game hunting.
Yeah, now KG, I need you to break this down, man, because you gotta have your hands up to protect your face. Mark Williams wasn't ready.
You have to have your hands up. Also, you can't be throwing punches like that, when you want to be successful. I mean, the guy was open for an uppercut, but hey, listen, I'm not going to give anybody any incentive in the NBA, but I'm just telling you from the experience that I've had, the guys really don't know what they're doing out there. They're just out there throwing, basketball punches, as I call it. But you see Alvarado run into the locker room. He's trying to get out of the way of everything. And, these things happen during the course of a season. I mean, competitive guys, guys that want to win, guys that have pride, guys that have egos. They fought their way all the way to the top. And, they're not going to back down. And that's what you saw tonight at the end of the Bulls game. And that's what you saw in the Pelicans Phoenix Suns game.
Yeah, pocket's going to be a little lighter for Jose Alvarado and Mark Williams.
He's going to miss a couple games.
Oh, yeah, definitely for sure.
Legitimate punches.
Right. So he may rethink that if he gets into a similar situation with that. All right, now back to the focus on the Bulls. Now the next game will be right here again in the United Center. It will be their 3rd of their 6 in this home game stand that they have, facing off against Anthony Edwards and the Minnesota Timberwolves. So the task gets tougher against Ant-Man.
It really does. This team is 20-12, having a very good season, albeit that they're 6th in the Western Conference at and 12, this is a team that has to be reckoned with. The Bulls have to bring their A game to get back on the winning side of things.
All right, hopefully that is the case. They're back on the winning side of things and maybe having their third straight 5-game.
There we go.
Building it even more.
Way to find that silver
There
lining.
we go. There we go. That's what we're going to leave it on a positive note tonight. That'll do it for Toyota Bulls Postgame Live. We'll see you back here on Monday.